So, good evening, everyone. Welcome to this discussion on Chetana Education. Uh, we have with us Mr. Rakesh Arora, who is the promoter and director on Chetana Education. So welcome to the show. Uh, we did another show almost 6 months back. So, what I wanted to do is, quickly see what were the things we had discussed so that people can come to speed with what was earlier discussed. And then we start our discussion on the outlook. Okay, so everybody can see this is the summary of the interaction we had last time. So Chetna offers 700 titles and 30,000 hours of video with extensive distribution across India. They have evolved from a small bookstore to a major educational publisher over the last 47 years. Last 4 years, they've tripled the revenue and doubled their EBITDA. They are doing a unique integration of digital content with printed content via QR codes. Currently, their reach is around 30,000 schools. And uh, so they can, schools can choose a textbook up to 8th standard, CBSE, but must follow government textbooks in Maharashtra. Revenue share from Maharashtra is 55%, CBSE is 45%, expected to be in balance in FY25. Schools typically select textbook for at least 3 years, influenced by the content quality. Chetna has launched a digital platform called Books and Beyonds for quick access to localized content. Focus on quality and digital content, collaborates with renowned authors, but holds exclusive contract for quality assurance. NEP will be a big, boost. This will enhance quality publishing and make NCF compulsory for nursery to second grade by 2026. Pre-primary schools contribute 35% to Chetna's revenue. NEP expected to boost growth by 20-25% annually. Chetna has over 7,000 active accounts, though tracking exact school participation is challenging. Faces competition from 15 to 20 publishers nationwide, uh, with 3 in Maharashtra. Textbooks updated annually, major revision every 5 to 7 years. Owns 100% of the title copyrights. Authors are paid one-time fee. Average trade discount is 40%, margin is 20 to 23%. Printing cost 10 to 12%, raw material cost 25 to 30%. Majority of CBC sales through dealers, 85%. Maharashtra sales are direct to school. Chetna sees potential in English medium segment with 35% market share in Maharashtra. More than 250,000 registered users on the app with a 25% daily engagement rate. Plans to double QR code integration in books by FY26. Exploring new digital initiatives, focus on geographic expansion, introduction of yoga series to align with new CBSE curriculum. NEP and NC expected to drive growth for the next 5 to 7 years. No GST on educational books. Emphasis on content-driven publishing with strong digital support. And exciting announcements are expected soon. So this was kind of the summary of, things which we had discussed. And so, Rakesh, very happy to have you on the show. Can you just tell us, how is the outlook looking with the new NEP, implementation, and is it on track for implementation, or are there any delays that you're expecting?
First of all, good afternoon, everyone, and thank you very much for sparing time at this business hour. Uh, Rakesh ji, there is little correction. The NEP is already implemented from nursery to grade 2 for 25-26 academic
Okay.
year. And next year, there will be from 3rd to 6th grade.
Okay. So nursery to second is already done, and next year, third to sixth.
This year, the government has already introduced and it has become compulsory.
Okay.
Next year, there will be a major changes, especially for Maharashtra State Board and CBSE. Of course, Chetna is mainly into Maharashtra State Board curriculum and CBSE.
Right.
Both the board has already announced there will be 4 different standards, which is second, third, fourth, and sixth grade. They are going to change the syllabus. and will be
Okay.
implemented from next academic year.
So next meeting FY27?
Uh, uh, yeah, FY27, correct.
Okay, very good. So how is the uptake for the change which has happened this year, nursery to, because we already at the start of the season, and the books would have already been distributed. So what is the outlook currently looking for that?
With the overall, because of the NEP, a lot of new books have introduced in the market, and that is giving a value addition on the top line as well as on the EBITDA part. Uh, And the best part is with the NEP, a lot of emphasis is given by the government to make more digital content. And
Okay.
the benefit for that is the unorganized sector, like a small time publishers who don't have the bandwidth of digital content. They are wiping out slowly. And that advantage is getting to the professional players like Chan, Navneet, Chetna. So that benefit we started getting it. And we expect around 10% incremental value for this financial year, current financial year.
So 10% increase in value of the book sold for this category, nursery to second.
Yeah, in general, overall.
Okay, in overall. So overall
Yeah,
10% increase in revenue is what we are forecasting because of this change which has happened.
correct.
Also, since you're mentioning that digital content is becoming important, so what is the has the school
So the
started,
best,
or when will we
no,
see the
so
impact?
best part for Chetna is we see the IPO was there on 31st of July where we listed ourselves. And post that, we have done a lot of innovative ideas on the digital content. Very recently, just 3 months back, we launched officially Chetna OTT channel. Now,
Okay,
this channel is personalized OTT channel only for education. Now, this kind of concept, it is nowhere in India today, as of now.
okay,
After the launch, in just 2 months' time, we onboarded 165 schools. Of course, it's a SaaS-based model. Out of 165 schools, around 60 schools were given as a barter. So they increased the number of titles for Chetna. Against that, Chetna is given first year subscription free. This it's a 100% subsidiary. It comes under GIA Education Private Limited, which is
okay,
a Chetna's 100% subsidiary. Now, this OTT channel, I would like to make investor understand that we are no more only education book publishing. I could see one or two of them are already investor as of now, what I see the names. They are quite well aware about it. So OTT channel is personalized for individual school. Suppose if there is a school called Don Bosco, so Don Bosco school will have their own channel, how they see as a Netflix. How you see Netflix, it will be same for the students of Don Bosco. They can see channel of Don Bosco sitting at home, whether it is on TV, on computer, on laptop, or maybe on tablet or on mobile. Now,
okay,
this channel is created by Chetna for that particular school if school selects Chetna's title. So
okay,
all this digital content, whatever library we have, we upload those content on this channel and student can access sitting at home. Because when we launched QR books, Rakeshji, one challenge came was school felt that students should not be encouraged mobile.
hmm,
This was the substitute for the mobile. If they don't want to carry mobile, if they don't want to use mobile, they can sit at home and they can access this digital content through TV.
okay,
Now, of course, this has been a SaaS based model. So we are today charging 30 rupees per child per month.
okay,
Yeah. And this financial year, we are expecting uh, to get at least 6 to 700 schools on board, and the revenue for the same will be affected for the next academic year, which is 26-27. So these schools will be registered for next academic year.
got it. So currently you are saying 165 schools are already onboarded, and we are
Yes,
targeting 600 to 700 schools this year. And first year we
Correct.
are giving free subscription, so people can just explore and see
Yes.
what the content is
So
all
out of
about.
that 90 schools are already on a commercial basis. So that revenue will be added in financial year 25-26.
Acha, so who pays the 30 rupees per child per month? Is it the school or is it?
No, we deal with the school. It's a B2B concept. So school collects from the parent, and as it is normally, if you see today, children going in the school, they have a fees. In that fees itself, there is a component called IT. So under information technology, schools are charging. Now this money, they were normally they use by getting professional players like Tata Edge or HCL Infosys. Now, this money they pay them to get the digital content,
Okay,
but whatever content was available today in the market, it was a generic content. Now, what Chetna did is we personalize that content considering the book what we publish.
okay,
So the digital content what we have is aligned with the books which they are going to prescribe. It is not a generic content.
okay.
At the
So people
same
can
time,
go by chapter on that OTT?
yes, they can go chapter by chapter. They can go even by topic wise as well. So it
Okay,
is it is very finely defined. So that is one part. And secondly, when I say personalized, we have given option for the school. They can upload their own content, whatever kind of content they want, whether it is annual day, whether it is sports day, the school can upload. Parent can sit at home and watch actual videos.
okay,
Even suppose some schools wants to have their teachers lecture, they can record and they can upload.
okay.
Now, this development has happened in just last 3 months. Uh, in these 3 months, we just announced also just 3 weeks, but 2 weeks back, uh, we tied up with a coaching institute, Physics Wala. Now, Physics Wala is today India is one of the leading IIT prep, or I would say competitive exam coaching institute.
Okay.
Now, Chetna and Physics Wala will be the first time in India to launch a foundation program. Now, normally, students generally, most of the students today in India, they are looking for a IIT prep kind of competitive exam. Now, these exams are mainly from 11th onwards, but
Hmm.
nobody is making student prepare at the foundation stage.
Oh. So when you say foundation, is it from ninth or is it from eighth?
No, so we have created a first basic is 6 to 8 and then ninth and 10th. So it will be from sixth onwards.
Acha, sixth onwards. Okay.
Yeah. So Physics Wala is going to use their expertise for creating competitive exam curriculum and the videos that will be uploaded on the channel. And any school prescribing to this OTT channel will get that access. And at the same time, we will be giving them a live lecture also. So our channel also has an option of live TV kind. So how you see IPL match on Geo Hotstar? Same way, a child can see or they can learn, I would say, competitive exam preparation with the live video from Physics Wala.
Okay. Okay. So let me step back once and first understand the school offering that you had.
Yeah.
Um, so this 30 rupees per child per month, school is going to collect on their own and pass it on to us. What would be the share they will have and what is the advantage they get from this?
So two ways. So first of all, as far as the amount is concerned, school may charge extra or they don't charge. We are not very concerned on that. What
Hmm.
we say is, see, on an average, there are around 700 to 1,000 student average per school.
Okay.
Okay, so anybody, any school who wants a basic curriculum like a school curriculum, it is 30 rupees. If they want to have if they want that children to go for a competitive exam, they will be paying 60 rupees. School
So
may
this is a
charge,
big number we are talking about because I just calculated for 700 school, it is coming like some 18-20 crore we can make from the.
yes, 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 that's correct.
And what would be the cost for hosting and doing all this out of this 18 crore that we?
As I told last time also, the Chetana believes in the asset-light module. So
Hmm.
there is a company based in Ahmedabad. They have created this platform, but they were not able to sell, or they were not able to enter in the school. It is with the Chetna's last 40 years relationship and having around 275 people in the sales force, which we cater, we reached out to 30,000 schools. Now,
Okay.
this company is getting advantage of getting into schools.
Okay. So how much
We
do we
just
pay
have
from
to.
this to them?
So we pay, we don't pay any amount per child, but we pay school wise to the vendor who will be streaming this platform.
Matlab, can you share what kind of number are we paying per school or something?
Sir, it is very nominal compared to. So I would just say, कि whatever top line we are going to generate, the EBITDA will be around anywhere between 40 to 45%.
40-45% EBITDA margin.
Yeah.
Okay. Understood. And so this is first year we are targeting 700 schools. Obviously, we are getting paid only by 90 schools this year. So next year,
Correct.
probably full 700 would be paying us. But what is the
Yes.
total scope, in the
So,
next 4 5 years?
the whole idea is this year, 1,000 schools ka target is to onboard them, out of which around say 25-30% school, like a big group school, may opt for a barter concept where the Chetna book sale will increase and they will get that experience. So by academic year 26-27, we expect minimum 5 to 600 school, and that will be doubled in the next academic year. Then that is 27-28.
Okay. So let's take this question. Abhishek has a very interesting question. He's asking, how are we validating if the number of numbers which the schools are giving are correct? They might have more student than what they are giving. So he is asking one, that is one question.
So it's a very interesting question. So what there is a concept how the child is going to register. So, for example, school orders say 100 books per standard, and if
Hmm.
they select say 1 to 10 standard, or say for example 1 to 5 standard, that means 500 students, we will be giving them 550 codes. These 550 codes, the school will give to the parent. So we are very clear कि if they have ordered for 500 copies, the students cannot go beyond 500.
Okay. Got it. So that's how we are doing it.
Yeah.
Okay. So from a 5 year perspective, you mentioned about the second year, but from a 5 year perspective, can it be like 4 5,000 schools that we can do?
Yes, our dream target is 5,000 schools in next 3 years. But
Okay.
conservatively, what we see right now, the schools have just started a week back. So last Monday was the first day for the school, and we got that experience. The experience is really good. We got
Okay.
a certificate from 30 schools. They are very much happy.
Hmm.
Of course, school need to be given training how to upload the videos.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So that has to be done. So this is looking very exciting. This whole OTT with and what about content creation? When you talk about 40-45% EBITDA margin, are you including the content creation including in that?
Yes, otherwise the margin would have been more than 55-60%. But since the syllabus is changing, we also need to change little bit on the digital part.
Okay, understood. So now coming to the tie-up for the foundation training for IIT and all.
Right.
So this will be add on to this 30 rupee or will be given free of cost to these guys?
No, so this will be two time of the price. So 30 rupees is without the competitive exam. With any school. I forgot to reply on the one question you asked. Ki what will the school will be benefited apart from commercial value? School will have their own branding platform. The
Okay,
school will market their own school, saying that we will have our own channel, and they can upload their own videos like their teachers lectures also.
okay,
Today, without this platform, most of the schools have social media page available, which is many schools have we have seen there, they have a page on Instagram, they have a page on YouTube, they have a page on Facebook, and whatever they upload, so eventually a student from their YouTube, they jump to other social media site. Now,
Hmm.
this is the benefit for the school, that student cannot shift from the education to other videos. That is the
Hmm.
biggest advantage what they're seeing right now, and lot of branding for school itself.
Hmm. Hmm. Uh, I think Raghav missed the point on how books are associated with OTT platform. Raghav, Mr. Rambia was mentioning that students can search chapter wise or topic wise. So it is fully correlated. It's not that they are seeing some random stuff. It's correlated with the books because books are also created by Chetana Education. So
No,
I
so
hope that answers the
I'll
question.
just explain again. For example, any CBSE school, if they select mathematics of Chetna, they will also get an access of the mathematic digital content. That's one part. But at the same time, we tied up with the third party vendors. We already have a tie up with three more vendors who has a digital content based on the government textbook, where we don't have that government content, but they have the government content. They will upload and we will pay them per school.
Hmm. Okay. Abhishek has a follow-up question. He's saying that since we are targeting only Maharashtra and NCR, CBSE, so he's saying that we are targeting only 50-60% of total ac accessible market.
No, so I'll just explain. Maharashtra today, English medium alone has around more than 7,500 schools, and CBSE has 22,000 plus schools.
Oh,
Now, compared to that, ICSE has only 2.5 to 3,000 schools, and IB today, if I'm not mistaken, is not more than 200 schools. Now, we also have a second phase pipeline to get ICC board as well. But today, Chetna don't have that digital content available. So we are not tapping ICC. But yes, the second phase windows are very clearly open for even the publisher. So suppose schools may decide that we don't want Chetna mathematics, but we want some ex-publisher mathematics. We are going to allow them to upload that publisher's content also on the channel. The whole idea about this OTT channel is we want to make this a education hub. Any publisher or anybody can upload their content and a student can access sitting at home. That's the whole idea. Even suppose tomorrow anybody has a great content, say like we are, of course, we all are into finance side. So if anybody has some good financial offering, they can also access to this. There is a option of the revenue sharing where they upload their content. Anybody liking that video, they can pay additional amount and they can access that content. The certain part of the royalty will go to Chetna and certain part of the royalty will go to the platform.
okay. So, what about say something like organization like us who does uh, teaching on investments? And suppose we built up a curriculum for students. Students also need to learn how to, invest.
Yeah, the same can be uploaded here. As far as if the content is up to 12th grade student, any learning is absolutely okay on this channel.
Okay. And we can also, help market that to schools, any kind of their kind of contact.
Yes, that will be that goes automatically because by the time we in academic year 26-27, we expect at least 5 to 6 lakh student on board.
Okay.
Of course, we are not going to do commercial marketing, but anything related to education, they will be given access.
Okay. Got it.
So there is no
So,
commercial ad which will be run on the channel.
hmm. So now coming back to that foundation course, there was a question on how we generate revenue by collaboration with this physics wala.
So physics wala, again, as I told, physics wala, the content will be provided by physics wala. It will be prepared in the joint coordination with them. Chetna and physics wala combined will have the content that will be
Okay.
uploaded, and the revenue will be from that content will be the double of it. Now that revenue is of Chetna. We just have to pay nominal fees per school to physics wala. Against that, any student by coming future, say for example that a student of 8th grade or 9th grade, if out of say 50 student, if 5 or 10 student wants to actually go for IIT or actually wants to go for NEET and JEE, physics wala will offer a physical coaching in the school itself. So whatever revenue they will generate, they are going to pay royalty to Chetna.
Acha. Okay. But do we get into agreement with schools like, 30 rupee per child we have said,
Yes,
and we
yes,
said
yes.
this is the foundation course you're
The agreement will be for 3 years. The and generally, Rakesh ji, when once you say, for example, you're a trustee of the school. If your channel is open, definitely you will not close down the channel, because then you will be answerable to the parent, and school don't have to lose anything. There is no investment from the school side,
Hmm.
so the channel will keep on going. But still we have made it a 3-year contract, so where school has to sign for 3 years, it will be a purely agreement.
Okay, got it. So Pranay has this question. They are saying that normally schools compelled to use textbooks. Why would they allow other textbooks to be accessed, which will be negative for selection of book process? It's saying if you can throw some light on the barter deal.
Yeah. So normally, I'll just take 2 minutes. So 1 to 8 standard CBSE board, the government do not enforce or do not force to have only government book. Normally, up to 8th grade, the books are private publishers. The only reason for that, the quality of the content is normally people say it is better than the government text.
Okay.
So school opt for a private publisher books. Like just take an example of, for so many years we have seen English is by Oxford. Now that this kind of textbook, it is there for last 75 years. So government do not stop buying a private publisher book. That's one. Come to the Maharashtra State Board. So Maharashtra State Board has a government textbook. School compulsory recommend government textbook, but publishers like Chetna, we don't make textbook. We prepare a workbook. We prepare question answer books. Now Maharashtra State Board has a concept of selling workbook. Now this workbook is basically question and the space is provided to write the answer. But to understand the answer, they need a digital content, or they need a tuition teacher, or they need a school teacher. So we are giving that facility. If you don't understand, click on TV, you can see the content. Now,
Okay.
this content is purely made based on the government textbook. So we are
Hmm.
not saying that they should not buy government textbook. Maharashtra State Board compulsory they have to buy government textbook, but as a supplementary, they compulsory buy either guide or the workbook concept.
Okay. Hmm. Got it. So, what is the target for this collaboration? Have we done some budgeting that what we can do, and when does it start to make an impact on our revenue?
Uh, there is no minimum guarantee from either side. That's the best part of it. It's a joint effort to develop a foundation year program. The vision is very long for next 2 3 years. Uh, there is no compulsion for Chetna to achieve minimum number of schools.
Hmm. Okay. Viraj was asking, can you repeat the standard for both CBSE and Maharashtra board in which NEP changes are happening? So
So
Viraj,
Maharashtra,
already lower KG to first has already happened. So, no,
no. So
nursery
I'll
to
just tell
second has
you,
already
as far
happened.
as no, syllabus change for Maharashtra will be second, third, fourth, and sixth grade. And for CBSE, it is fourth, fifth, seven, and eight. Actually,
Okay.
CBSE already announced this year, but it's very unfortunate the way education department works. Schools have already started and books still not there in the market. So normally CBSE apply old syllabus for this academic year. From next academic year, it will be new syllabus.
Okay. So Abhishek has a follow-up question on that. What kind of impact are we expecting, and what will be the cash flows that we should expect?
This financial year, it will be it's a normal incremental value. So next academic year, combining Dija and Chetna, we see upside of EBITDA of almost 40% plus.
Okay. Okay. Understood. Okay. Yeah, so we were discussing on that physics wala, meaning what kind of, you were saying there's no budget that we have made. So what kind of expectation investors
So
should have?
physics wala, we don't have to allocate any funds to make any content because it will be from the physics wala. Investment will be from their side. Our side investment, which is already implemented, and the sales team. So
Hmm.
Chetna's today investment is going to get only on to get acquired a talent because this is not a book to sell. These are the concept to be sold. That's why it is like a edtech company. So our major focus is to acquire a good talent in Salesforce.
Understood.
That will be the major investment for Chetna.
Any other major development you have which you would like to highlight?
The second, the major, of course, it's a future statement, but we are developing books and beyond for the pre-primary segment, which is one of the biggest in the whole of country. These books and beyond, it's a portal for the teachers. Any school selecting Chetna books, they will be given access these books and beyond. Now, what is books and beyond? You select any book. Now, book has a limitation, maybe say 70 pages, 80 pages, or 100 pages. I'll just take a one small example. When pre-primary child is to learn A for apple. Now, books and beyond has a AI technology. Teacher just have to click one button where AI will support teachers on the screen when they learn A for apple. AI will also teach them at the same time automatically. There will be a rhyme available on Apple. There will be rhyme available on capital A. There will be a storytelling on capital A. There will also one of the part of NEP concept is integrated learning. Now, books and beyond will help to cover that gap. So when I say integrated learning means when I say A for apple, we generally say apple is red. But here
Hmm.
AI technology will show three apple. There is a green apple also, there is a red apple also, there is a yellow apple also available. At the same time, apple has a oval shape or a round shape. The AI will teach with the help of teacher even mathematic concept. So a child is going to learn on A for apple, they're going to learn color, they're going to learn a mathematical concept, they're going to see the variety of the apples. That's the power of AI today.
Okay. So these days we are seeing a lot of ads of this, interactive boards where, you write something and it comes on that. How do we, this seems like a competition to us.
No, not really. Because even on that smart board, they need to have a digital content. Writing is one, but today, why this digital content has given importance in NEP, so that teacher don't have to take a chalk and write on the board. So
Okay.
instead of writing, so today's the smart board which is available, again, end of the day, teacher has to write. Now, what we are saying is you don't waste your time on writing. Rather, you give a invest your time on looking at the children and just click of a button, whatever you want to write that comes on the screen automatically.
Okay.
So one of the next academic year program which will be implemented from August is to make school digitize. So right now what Chetna is talking is a software. Now we are going to enter into hardware as well. So the whole idea is to acquire the entire school. So today, one school, there are 10 publishers selling three different subjects. Now we are
Okay.
going to get an offering of, if the school selects entire list of books, Chetna is going to digitize the school by installing a smart board, what you just said. So if there are 20 classroom, Chetna will give 20 digital board in the school. The
Okay.
school will be digitized. They don't have to pay any upfront money. Chetna is going to invest. Now, this investment will come only by reducing the discount and getting 3-year contract.
Okay. Okay. So you are saying that this is an advantage for school to upgrade to digital this thing. And then
Correct.
they agree to this our OTT content 30 rupee per child kind of thing.
Correct.
Okay.
So they have to buy Chetna books. They have to subscribe to the OTT channel. With this revenue, against that revenue, Chetna will invest digitizing the school. And that school will have a 3-year contract. So we are acquiring customer in advance for next 3 years,
Okay.
which
And after
normally
3 years,
Chetna never did it.
so after 3 years, they can keep the board and they can walk
Yes,
away or
after third year, Chetna will sell that board at the cost of 1 rupee.
Acha, okay. So this per school, your cost would come uh, at least around 20-25 lakhs.
Absolutely.
And what kind of money will make per school? Suppose the school has 700 students
So in
into
that,
30
against
into
that, the
12.
revenue from the school will be in next for 3 years will be 75 lakhs.
How much?
75 lakhs.
75 lakhs. But our EBITDA margin would not be more than 40-45%.
Yes, correct.
So we'll be spending quite a lot on the board and
No,
everything.
sir. No. So first 2 year, it's a break even. So we will not give all the 20 smart board at the first year. We will be
Okay.
giving 10 each year.
Mm-hmm.
And third year, you have a revenue, bumper revenue for against the TV
Acha. Okay. Because I was trying to calculate if there are 700 students into 30 uh,
into 12 months.
into 12. So that is like 2 lakh 50, 2 lakh, 2.5 lakhs per year.
Correct.
That would be
And
the
the
cost.
and the normal cost of the books will be 3,000 rupees MRP each per student.
Acha. So that's additional.
Yeah,
3,000 into another.
that's how you get the revenue.
Acha. So that is a bigger revenue actually.
Yeah. So it's a combine. Chetna will also provide stationery, which is notebook also.
Acha. Okay. So we will be able to recover our money of the board within 1 to 2 years.
Yes.
Okay.
The whole idea is to acquire customer with the mindset of 100%.
But 3 years look
And
a little bit less. Maybe you should have done for 5 years.
see if they are happy with the service, and definitely any school would love to continue. And
Hmm.
in such a fast world, it is very difficult, to talk after post 3 years. But what we see right now, it's a very win-win situation for the school as well as for the publisher like Chetna, where we have the digital content, we have the books, we just have to need to encash, and this encash will happen by upgrading our customer. That's the whole thought. Today, Chetna post IPO, our whole idea is how to upgrade our customer, whether it is student, whether it is teacher, or whether it is schools. Because with this kind of competition, so I'll just tell you, competition as far as the publishing segment, our top line almost 5% reduced only because of the discount.
Hmm. Okay.
Of course, this can be this discount won't be the issue for the next second year because MRP is going to increase.
Hmm. Viraj had an extension of this thought. He is thinking whether digital books will cannibalize the physical ones. Looks
No,
unlikely to.
no, no.
What do you think?
I think somebody has written, didn't quite understand what's the 3,000 revenue per student on digital board. No, it's not on digital board. What we are saying is the physical book will be given, digital content will be given, and the revenue will be generated.
Hmm. Raj hasn't understood that 3,000 revenue per student. Raj, this is for the books which they will buy. It's not for the digital board. It is the additional revenue they get it. So
So
now coming
today,
to
yeah, please.
um, what is the additional talent? Yeah, there's one question on the additional talent that we have acquired in last 1 year, and also there's a question on additional distribution network. If you can just throw light on these two aspects, in the last
So
12 months, what have we achieved in terms of increasing both?
Last year, basically we added 40 new sales team. So when we say 40 new sales team is average 100 schools per sales executive. So we added 4,000 school touch base point. Now, normally, when we get a new geographical area, it takes 1 year time to the customer takes time to understand Chetana. Like for example, we added in Kerala and Telangana. Now that 15 people were added in those segments. Now that is the first segment for the first time for Chetna in Kerala and Telangana market. Now
Okay.
that is basically an investment what we did it in last quarter of 24-25. Now the
Hmm.
impact will come, the impacts already came for 25-26 for the tune of around say 10-15%, but the real impact will come 26-27. These are all this is being a seasonal business, all this whatever we do is 1 year forward.
Okay. So you are saying we have tried to tap two new markets and added more people for sales in Kerala and Telangana. And
Correct.
uh, so in terms of distributors, have we added anything further?
No, it's an ongoing process. So today we have around 550, around 570 distributors across India.
Okay, got it. Now, Abhishek had a question on the, raw material inventory that we have for books, any kind of paper, etc. So do we build any kind of inventory or how does it
Yes.
happen?
So the book inventory is always there. So when you see balance sheet, sometimes who don't understand industry, they get a wrong concept. Being a seasonal business, last quarter of the financial year, where the CBSE supply happens, then your outstanding is on a higher side. At the same time, first quarter of the financial year for the Maharashtra State Board, but inventory happens in the last financial quarter. So the stock side is on the upper side. So we do have an inventory, but normally syllabus changes every anywhere between 5 to 10 years. So
Okay.
now, for example, coming year, these four standards are changing. So whatever leftover will be shown as a scrap.
Hmm. Okay.
Of course, we don't do a lot of paper inventory. It is very nominal because paper is generally planned on month-to-month basis.
Okay. So if I were to summarize what we have discussed, there was an implementation of NEP this year from nursery to second,
Correct.
and that is going to drive our overall revenue by around 10% in FY26. We have launched the OTT channels and we are already signing up, schools. But since it's kind of free for the first year, the revenue will start to show up from second year in a bigger way. Though we are doing a lot of investment in the school also. So we'll be
Right.
investing like 10 lakh per school or something like that because we'll be putting at 10 boards.
It will be only next academic year, not this year.
Not this year, next year.
Yeah.
We'll be putting up those. So next year we will have some capex which will come in. So suppose how many schools would we plan to do next year?
So again, Rakeshji, there won't be a bigger capex because the installation of smart board will happen only once the school pay upfront. The
Acha.
school has to make the payment for the OTD channel. School has to pay for the books, and once we get that collection, only from that it will be installed.
Okay, so suppose there are 700 students.
So only what is going to be invested is the only the difference of the discount what we offer. So for example, today we offer 40%, but if this kind of concept, the whole school to be acquired, we will be offering 30%. So that discount margin only will suffice for buying a smart TV.
Oh, okay, okay, understood. So I was
So
just doing.
generally, if you go to buy a smart TV, it will cost you anywhere between 1.2 to 1.3 lakh. Whereas
Hmm.
we are going to tie up with the company to have a deal of quite number of quantity. The cost will be reduced by almost 30 to 40%.
Oh, that much. That
Yeah.
will be a big. Okay, so I'm assuming it will be like 1 lakh rupee or something. Uh, so
Of course,
1 lakh.
it's kind of a strategy, and we are not really depending on that for our next academic year, but it will be a absolutely value added. We are just looking for maybe 100 schools to onboard with this concept.
On that strategy. Okay. So, if I were to just do rough numbers, we would get around 22, 23 lakhs for books and the OTT subscription from a school
Right.
which has like 700 students. And we will, invest like 10 lakhs in the first year, 10 lakhs another in second year. So, first 2 years, we may not take any much money at home. But from third
Right.
year, we get the whole thing.
Correct.
Okay. And if they extend our contract after 3 years, then that is where the main,
Yeah, generally they do because the school teacher don't like to change books again and again.
okay. So let me share, and see what our numbers are looking like at the moment, so that people can get an idea. So this year, uh, let's go to detailed P&L. Okay. So we did 102 crore revenue, 21 crore EBITDA, 14 crore PAT, which was a decent jump over last year. And so we are expecting around 10% jump in revenue in FY26. Will that be fair assumption?
Sorry, can you repeat again?
I was saying, so last year, FY25, we did very well. We ended with 102 crore revenue, 21 crore EBITDA, and 14 crore PAT. And this year, because a lot of things are happening, but they will be reflected in FY27. So
Right.
this year, we end up with 10% kind of growth in revenue.
Yes. You can expect anywhere between 7 to 10%. Why a little conservative number? Because for example, since the syllabus changing, the books are already in shortage, so we are losing that business right now. Because if I print and if the quantity is not sold, it will go in scrap. So rather, company had decided not to do a loss, but at least it's fine to reduce that revenue part. So
Okay. And
conservatively, yes, anywhere between 7 to 10% incremental value.
so our EBITDA margin was around 20.8%. So we expect to maintain that, or it will improve.
Yes, definitely, yes.
Acha will kind of maintain that. So FY26 looks to be a foundation year for us, where things are going to
Absolutely.
change dramatically in FY27. So FY27, since we are targeting those 700 odd schools, and that's coming to around 17 crore that we calculated. So that could add 8 to 10 crore to EBITDA immediately, right?
Correct.
Okay. Very good. So, how do we track this progress on OTT channel? And can the investors also go and look at this channel? Where is it available?
Rakesh ji, I would love anybody who are here in Mumbai, I would like to invite them to come and have a look at this, because it's really one of the very innovative project, and
Okay.
it is successfully implemented.
Okay.
So
So can we
I would
visit
request
some
if
schools
anybody,
also?
sorry.
Can we also visit some school and see live
Yes,
action?
definitely. Any investor who can just tell us the area. So any school which are there in that area or nearby, we can definitely take them to show a sample how it works. Or
Excellent.
we can also we will be able to give the access code also. Who can just, they can sit on the TV and they can access.
Okay. So maybe
Yeah.
we
So
can create some temporary codes
they
for
will be
our
like a
investors to
student to
go and
see
have a look.
the content.
Yeah. Sure. So any closing remarks, sir, you want to make before we close the show?
Sir, my only request is, I last time also I told, I know Mr. Mukesh Panjwani also. My only request is, do not look Chetna as normal publisher, and of course do not see this company as एक साल में double होगा. No, this industry has a lot of potential. And lot of innovation things are happening, and what I see today, the leaders which are there already in the market, we don't see too much of innovation. We saw recently their balance sheet also not growing the way it should grow. So there's a lot of potential for Chetna in for next 2 years.
Thank you very much. In any case, the stock is looking very inexpensive, even on the current numbers. So I think
Yeah.
investors should
Very
do,
honestly, Rakesh ji, I don't see share price of my own company because my job is to business.
which is very good to know.
I
So
absolutely.
thank you so much. Thank you for this.